South American rainforest is home to a diverse array of wildlife. From the colorful macaw to the elusive jaguar, this ecosystem is teeming with life. But today, we find ourselves in the presence of one of the most fascinating creatures of the animal kingdom, the capybara. Capybaras are the world's largest rodents and have captured the imagination of researchers, wildlife enthusiasts, and even the general public. But what makes these creatures so fascinating, and how do they manage to survive in some of the harshest conditions on Earth? Capybaras have brown fur, webbed feet, a sleek, streamlined shape, and powerful hindquarters that allow them to glide effortlessly through the water. They can stay underwater for up to 5 minutes, and they often use this ability to escape predators or to forage for food. Adult capybaras can weigh up to 140 pounds and can stand over 2 feet tall at the shoulder. They have a lifespan of around 8 to 10 years in the wild, but they can live up to 12 years in captivity. Capybaras are herbivorous animals that feed mainly on grasses, aquatic plants, and fruits. They have a unique digestive system that allows them to extract nutrients from tough, fibrous plant material. It's been estimated that a single capybara can consume up to 8 pounds of vegetation per day. They are also very fast runners and can reach speeds of up to 35 miles per hour. This makes them excellent at evading predators such as jaguars and anacondas. Capybaras have been found living in a wide range of environments, from rainforests to grasslands to swamps, and even regions as far north as Uruguay and Paraguay, where temperatures can drop below freezing during the winter months. They have been successfully introduced to new environments outside their natural range, such as in Japan and Europe, where they have become popular as pets. Capybaras have also been used in conservation efforts to help restore wetland habitats and to control invasive plant species. So how do they manage to survive in these harsh conditions? Their adaptability means that they are able to modify their behavior and habits in order to survive in different climates. In cold weather, capybaras will huddle together for warmth and move around during the day to soak up the sun's rays. They also have a thick, waterproof coat that helps to insulate them from the cold. Capybaras communicate with each other using a variety of vocalizations, including barks, grunts, and whistles, and often engage in grooming behavior to maintain their relationships with their group members. They also use scent marking to establish territories and to communicate with other members of the group. Capybaras are intelligent enough to learn new tasks and are often used in animal-assisted therapy programs. Because of these combined traits, it is no surprise that capybaras have recently been considered as potential candidates for space travel. Scientists have studied the psychological and behavioral characteristics of capybaras to determine if they could survive in the microgravity environment of space. They have calculated that a fully grown capybara would fit comfortably inside the SpaceX Falcon 9 rocket, with room to spare. In addition, over 1,000 capybaras could fit inside the International Space Station, and over 10,000 could fit inside the upcoming Starship spacecraft. Although the capybara's ability to thrive in diverse environments makes them an ideal candidate for long-term space missions, they also have a unique adaptation that allows them to live in low-oxygen environments. This is due to their specialized hemoglobin, which allows them to store oxygen in their bloodstream for longer periods of time. Capybaras could also help to maintain a sustainable ecosystem inside a spacecraft, providing a source of food and waste management. Here we can see capybaras involved in a Kerbal Space Agency terraforming project. Their mission is to establish a new ecosystem on a nearby celestial body in advance of colonization efforts. While the KSA is still years away from the technology required to set up a colony, scientists believe that it may take even longer than a year to successfully terraform a planet. It is important to note that without special genetic enhancements, capybaras would not normally survive in a zero-atmosphere environment. If you are planning to take your capybara out of the atmosphere, make sure to pack the appropriate amount of oxygen for you and your furry friend. With Cariol Alpha unloaded, it is time to remove the landing craft to allow the capybaras to get used to their new environment. It seems that Phase 1 was successful. Some of the capybaras are already comfortable enough to lie down and take a nap after the long journey. With most major components built at the same time as the Alpha craft, Capi Cariol Bravo was intended to launch as soon as possible after the success of Capi Cariol Alpha. Since capybaras live in groups of up to 20 individuals, it is imperative that there are enough animals on the small moon to ensure genetic diversity and maintain social structure between groups. Both spacecraft are powered to orbit by 10 vector engines arranged in a triangular formation. While equipped with several high-powered gyroscopes for turning the craft, the crew of the Capi Carrier Bravo must resort to a decades-old technique. All they have to do to stop their craft spinning out of control is to use an old device that is still common on most devices today. The Comet Key device has been modified by Kerbal engineers to temporarily stop the entire universe, resetting any rotational momentum of the spacecraft. Groups of capybaras are referred to as herds, and they are highly organized. Much like their human friends, each individual of a capybara herd has a specific role to play in the society. For example, some capybaras act as sentinels, watching for predators. Others forage for food to share with the group. With no known predators on the surface of Minimus, Kerbal scientists are eager to observe the effects on capybara social structure. While most herds are organized by a patriarchal system of power, scientists have recently observed groups of capybaras around the world who are embracing new ideals. The feminist movement among these groups has led to many herds with leadership roles being taken by both male and female capybaras. Finally arriving in range of radio contact with the science team of the Alpha craft, the KSA was notified of a problem with terraforming efforts. Since landing several days earlier, the capybaras on the surface has not yet found any source of food. Capybaras, like most mammals, require food to survive in a zero-atmosphere environment. Fortunately, scientists at the KSA have discovered an unexpected food item that capybaras have been known to indulge in: cheese. It may come as a surprise, but capybaras have been observed snacking on cheese in the wild. In fact, There are even cheese-flavored treats specifically marketed towards pet capybaras. Scientists have estimated that, if given the chance, it would only take 346 capybaras to eat the world's largest 3 wheels of cheese. The world's largest 3 wheels of cheese weigh in at a combined 2,770 pounds. While cheese may seem like a harmless snack for these lovable creatures, it's important to remember that without genetic modification, cheese should only be offered as an occasional treat. But what happens when capybaras eat too much cheese? Well, the consequences can be quite dire. Cheese is high in fat and can lead to obesity in capybaras, which can cause a host of health problems. Additionally, too much cheese can disrupt the delicate balance of bacteria in the capybara's gut, leading to gastrointestinal issues. Another success. As the modified capybaras begin to eat the cosmic cheese, the scientists of the Kerbal Space Agency can finally take a moment to breathe and reflect on the historic achievement they had accomplished. For another RNT Studios presentation, I'm Hank, this is Kerbal Space Program 2, and I apologize to British people everywhere for the worst performance since Dick Van Dyke.